Hello, this is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com. We're doing a video here for everybody just to show some of the leading stocks in the leading groups. Basically, I have to share this with you, and this is not an opinion, it's a fact. Leading groups produce leading stocks. And it's just common sense. If you've got a bunch of stocks that are doing really well and they're all in the same group, well, chances are it's going to be a leading group. The inverse is also true. You got a bunch of stocks acting really crummy, chances are it's pulling the group down. But here's a fact. Money is made focusing on the leading groups and the leading stocks in those groups. So that's what we're going to go through. So here we go. I'm going to drag this into the window. Here's the top 10 leading groups right now. All right? Top 10 leading groups. This is the group rank this week and the group rank last week. And you can see there is a degree of consistency in the top 5. Biotech, manufacturer autos, semi-equipment, wholesale electronics. I won't read it to you. You can see there is a theme there, though. Semiconductor. Okay? Anyway, you can take a picture of that if you want to. Those are leading groups. This is the group rank this week and last week. You like to look for things that are moving up in rank, like electronic parts moved up in rank. So we take a note of that, and when we go through, we'll see what they look like. So let's do that. Here's the leading stocks and the leading groups. Number 1 is Vertex. Vertex looks decent here. All right. It's got an earnings per share rank of 97. Biogen, bad data point here. Bear with me just a second. Let me fix this. This happens sometimes, excuse me. This happens sometimes when you add a stock into the system. Just kind of flopping around. There's really nothing special there, as you can see. All right. Just kind of flopping. Nothing, gapped up. And that was on earnings, by the way, okay? This is another biotech stock, okay? And again, this is number 1 group. Going sideways, does 2.5 million shares a day. Going sideways, but it's biotechnology. Here's another one for you, MS, all right? This is, you see this? I got to get rid of that bar. Right, quick here. It's below the 200 day. It's biotechnology. Does 91,000 shares a day, folks. Don't mess with it. There's no way. So I'm doing that as a public service announcement for you. Here's a fact. Please be careful with stocks that trade thin, because they can be great when they're going up and they can kill you when they drop. I've seen it too many times through the years, for what it's worth. So that's it there. Ironwood, here we go. Let me get rid of this. Delete bar. Here's the chart. And Ironwood, it's another biotechnology stock. Has great numbers. Everything about this looks good. Earnings are up 400% last quarter, so that's good. All right? So that's where that's at. Doesn't look bad, but it is biotechnology. Biotech is great, but any news can kill it. Just be cognizant of that. Volkswagen, bad bar here. Now, what do you notice about this chart when you look at it? Gaps, a lot of gaps in here. Look at this. There's not a lot of rhythm with it. Be careful with that, all right? That's why it's not in our list, okay? One of the things we do for VIPs is we cut a lot of the junk out. I don't want to buy a stock that looks great. Oh, this looks really great here, and the frickin' thing gaps down the next day. I don't care to mess with that, all right? So that's a service we offer. So anyway, here's the next one, Race. Delete that bar. Ferrari. There's, again, you've got some gaps in here. There's not a lot of rhythm with it. It's got okay numbers, got an earnings per share rank of 90, but just be aware of that. That's something to take into consideration. Toyota Motors, all right? A little bit smoother, okay? Does 118,000 shares a day. But again, there's some spaces in here that can catch you. So, moral of the story. Tesla, fluid. The leader in the group right here. And we own it from down here. And it's just trending. By the way, this is a max list stock, so we like it. Here's the next one for us. We're into the third group now. Slide this in again. Semiconductor equipment. Group rank 3. Teradyne, going sideways. Looks fine. I don't have any problem with that. It's got decent numbers. Earnings per share ranks 88. Going sideways. By the way, I got a limit alert set on that. You see that? There we go. Next one's Integris. Integris. Semiconductor. Going sideways. Looks decent. The numbers are okay. Just okay. It's got an earnings per share rank of 81. Just nothing real sizzler there, though. Okay? Last quarter's earnings up 9%, sales down 1%. That's not the stuff that dreams are made of. Okay? KLA 10 core. The next one. KLAC. What do we have here? KLAC has earnings up 1%, sales up 29%. It's okay. It's okay. Just for what it's worth, chop it around a little bit. Brooks. Lift it off here. And I do believe, if my memory serves me correctly, no, that wasn't. That's a bad data point here. Hold on. Let's get rid of that bar. Just going sideways, living below the 50-day. It's last quarter's earnings were up 40%, so it looks decent. Needs to push through. What's it need to do? Needs to push through the 50-day on volume. CNXN, bad data bar here. Just going sideways and does 96,000 shares a day. You got to be careful with that, okay? It's great when it goes up, but man, when it goes down, they can really rack you. I've seen it. I've seen it. Thin stocks. In fact, on my screens, I won't look at stocks that trade less than like 200,000 shares a day. I don't look at them. So, don't want to get stuck. SNX. Synex. Kind of moving here, as you can see. Make sure I got the right one. Bear with me. We're double checking something. I don't think that's the right industry group on this one. Yep, hanging in. Just hanging in. It looks decent, okay? It's got an earnings per share rank of 95. That one looks decent. Going sideways here. Here's the next one for us. Go in here and take it from the tech data. Bad data points in here. Tech data is what I thought. Well, I had it off. It's going private. So we go to the next one. NSIT, right here. Insight, delete bar. Just slowly grinding on up. This is in the electronics group. It's got an earnings per share rank of 86. Last quarter's earnings were up 10%. Last quarter's sales were up 9%. It's moving up, but you like better numbers. I'll just share with you, like better numbers. Jabil runs up. This one is an IBD stock. Runs up, pulls back a little bit. Hanging in. Nice shelf. That's fine. TRT, Triotech. Bad data point here. We'll fix this real quick. Now look at this. TRT. What catches your eye here? Real quick. Well, the stock is pretty thin. In fact, I will tell you this. You'll get a kick out of this. TRT does, I'm going to find out for you, 3,900 shares a day. That's called trading by appointment only. Don't mess with that. Just don't do it to yourself. There's FN. Now that one looks a little bit better. All right. Does a little bit more volume. FN trades for what it's worth. Let's double check here. $263,000 shares a day. 263 a day. That's a little bit better. But team, last quarter's earnings were down 7%. Last quarter's sales were up 6%. It's not the power that you want. All right? I can't stress that enough. Be select, and that's what we want to do for people, is we focus on the best of the best. I don't want to look at a bunch of crud. Neither should you. We have a limited amount of time. We have a limited amount of money. Let's do it right. Sanmina, grinding on up, as you can see right here. Last quarter's earnings up 40%. It's in a good group. Looks decent. Looks decent. Sanmina. Next one's Light. Lite. Let me get this bar out of here real quick. And it's a nice steady trend on Light. Light does 1.5 million shares a day, and it's decent. I will tell you this, last quarter's earnings were up 9%. Last quarter's sales were up 27%. It's okay. It's okay. VIIV right here. We'll delete that bar. Bear with me. And you can see it's just kind of going sideways here. Decent. It's got an earnings per share rank of 94. Just going sideways. That's okay. Sienna. Going up a little bit. This just, it's okay. It's okay. It's not exciting though. It's not the stuff that dreams are made of. Okay? Numbers are just okay. Just okay. AXE. By the way, I hope this is helping you. It's trying to reinforce what you should look for and what you should not look for. Okay? This is being bought, so you go to the next stock. Comet. Delete bar. And we do this. It's going sideways, and Comet, I do believe, is also being bought. See that flag? By the way, this is a helpful hint for all of you. Anytime you see a stock trading really tight like this, I mean really tight, chances are it's being bought, just for what it's worth. The next stock here, Neophotronics, going sideways. It's a $9 stock. It's got great numbers, all right? Great numbers. It's in a good group, but again, it's a $9 stock. Just take that into consideration, all right? The next stock, Lattice Semiconductor. Okay, I ask you, how does this look to you? It's in a leading group. It's a leading stock in the group. There's nothing here. I guess that's my point. That's why we do this work. We screen a lot of stuff for the VIPs so they don't have to look at crud. I'm keeping it clean, okay? We have a limited amount of money. We have a limited amount of time. I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to waste the VIP's time looking at junk. I want the best of the best. By the way, that's not a reflection on Lattice, okay? I'm not saying, but look at the chart. Are you going to see this chart in any chart book saying, oh, this is what you look for? No, no. IPHI, now that one looks a little better. IPHI, nice tight construction, earnings per share range 94. Last quarter's earnings up 50%, last quarter sales up 21. It's tight. That's what we're looking for. Cirrus, go to the next one right here. And I hope this is helping you. That's my goal. Cirrus in education. Cirrus is grinding on up. Last quarter's earnings up 44%. It's a nice trend. Okay, we can live with that. Advanced Micro Devices. We own this one. We bought it right there. Look at that. Is that sweet? Lifting off. Relative strength very strong when this lifted off. Composite rating 91. Look at the volume. People voted there. That's what we're looking for. Monolithic Power. Let me delete that bar. Grinding on up. The stock does 270,000 shares a day, and it looks fine. Numbers are just so-so. Last quarter's earnings are up 2%. Not the stuff that dreams are made of. The next one, NVIDIA, going sideways. This is a max list stock, all right? That to me says it all. The numbers aren't that great, but it is a max list stock. Never lose sight of these stocks. I love these. Lithium Motors, going up right here. And then you take that bar out and you go, why in the heck would we even look at this? And that's the service we do. We don't. We don't. We move on. Carmart. Bad data point right here. We'll take it out. So, oh, that's going sideways. We're about done, by the way. Carmart going sideways. Folks, it does 88,000 shares a day. Be careful with that, okay? Please be careful. Group 1, below the 50-day. See this? It's below the 50-day. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Better things happen above the 50-day. And again, my point is this, not trying to show you junk, okay? It's to point out what to look for, you know? That's what we try to avoid. We try to avoid junk. Let's go to the next one. ABG. What are you going to do with this? You know what I do with it? It's falling below the 50-day. It does. 167,000 shares a day. It's too thin. Forget it. That's the service we offer, is eliminating the low probability crud. And I'm keeping it clean. By the way, that's no reflection on the company. It's the chart I'm looking at, okay? Just to clarify. Sure, it's a great company. Diodes grinding on up. Decent group. Earnings per share rate 93. It's just grinding on up. Now you can see something lifting through here. That is a decent move. We can live with that. Cuervo, right here, losing that spot, as you can see. And a little bit of gappy in this. This was on earnings, okay? It's flapping around. Notice it's falling on a pickup in volume. Last quarter's earnings were down 13%. Nothing special. Look at this. Check this out. All right. This is a leading stock in the leading group. Look. This is like Baskin-Robbins. Trade by appointment only. Leave it off. Leave it alone. Nothing to do with it. Intel. Delete that bar real quick. And it's hanging in. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? We can go with that. Just for what it's worth. And team. That is, I'm sorry I refer to the team, the VIPs of the team, because we give them a lot of information. I just want to point that out. It will help you. My goal is this. Leading groups produce leading stocks. It helps your focus. Believe me, it does. It's our mantra, and it works. So anyway, I hope this helps you, though, too, and I thank you.